should probably keep this towel around my neck because otherwise I'm gonna get soaking wet. Okay, so one of the things, by the way, so Marilyn cut my hair the other day, and one of the things that I noticed is that she got way less frizz than I've been getting lately when I style my hair. So part of that is that like she gave me a good trim, she clarified my hair with the Hard Water Wellness by Malibu Sea. I'm sure that really helped because I have hard water where I live and I don't have the Hard Water Wellness at home. I need to get it. However, one of the other things that I do with my clients at the salon and I don't do at home that I think makes a really big difference is, guys, you know, when I go live, my hair is not dripping wet because I'm in my living room. That's where I like to go live. And I think that's part of why my hair ends up a little bit frizzier than I would like. When you come see me in the salon, you know, like your hair is in the shampoo bowl when I'm styling it. It's so wet, and that's why I tell you to style your hair in the shower if you can, because you want your hair to be dripping wet. So I've got my towel today, and we are going to challenge that theory and style my hair dripping wet, just like I teach you to do, and see if that helps a little bit with some of the frizz that I've been getting lately. That's my theory. That is a cat. Use an outdoor cat. Okay, you wanna go outside? You wanna go hunting? Yeah, you're being very annoying. Okay, you go hunt. Okay, so we are getting the hair very, very, very wet today. I think it always surprises people, like they think I know what I mean when I say dripping wet, but when I have them as clients in the salon, I actually have them like feel how wet their hair is because people are usually surprised. It's like very, very, very wet, especially if your hair is prone to being frizzy. And I keep a spray bottle beside like there as well to keep it that wet while we're working with it and while we're styling, because that's what's gonna bring everything together. Yeah, I wouldn't just be ignoring it if it was a baby. Well, I guess presumably someone would be babysitting. Okay, so I'm going to start with, does this have heat protectant in it? Let's see. I don't know. Oh, this one has heat protectant. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Anasti Leave-In Moisture Mist because it has some heat protectant in it. It has a little bit of protein. It's a really nice leave-in conditioner. I want to get like a product that's just a heat protectant. I really like the Wizard. That's the one that I use on my clients in the salon if I want like a really lightweight one. So I'm going to apply it just quickly in sections. How does this apply? Okay. I'm gonna brush that through. To make sure it's evenly distributed. And this is going to help with moisture, a little bit with frizz control because it's helping with the moisture, but mostly it's also got built-in heat protectant in this Anasti product, if I'm not mistaken. Thermal primer, can be used as a thermal primer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a heat protectant. I know you mentioned this before, but need a review. My hair is hard to keep wet even in the shower, too dry. Ooh, I don't know what you're saying. I know you've mentioned this before, but need a review. My hair is hard to keep wet, even in the shower, too dry or over conditioned. Your hair might just be very high porosity. Or if it's hard to keep wet even in the shower, it might be very low porosity. So it might not necessarily be about too dry or over conditioned. Hard for me to know without really like touching and feeling your hair. What ingredients are you looking for that shows that it has heat protectant? It will say right on the label. My dog is chewing something. Probably one of their toys. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to spray because this is like a relatively lightweight leave-in conditioner. I'd say it's like not the lightest. It's kind of similar to the Inner Sense Serenity one. I would say maybe a little bit heavier than that. My hair looks exactly like yours. Do I need a mousse and a gel? I don't know. It can look exactly like mine and still be completely different. So it depends. And also it depends what your goals are, because like, do you want your hair to be as big as possible, lots and lots of volume? Do you want major definition? Like, depends what your goals are. Typically for most people, I recommend using at least a small amount of gel, because gel is going to give longevity, and mousse is flat. It doesn't have shine to it. So if your hair naturally has like shine to it and you want your hair to be shiny, then you might not want to only use mousse. Now, if your hair naturally doesn't have shine to it, you have that cotton candy texture, then obviously you're not chasing that shine as much possibly. But for people who naturally have silky texture, often you want that shine, and when you lose the shine from mousse, you might be surprised by that. So using at least a small amount of a gel can help ensure that you have that shine. So using a combination of a mousse and a gel can be an idea. But you might need some under there as well. It's very customized by a head of hair. Like, I have lots of clients who have hair that looks incredibly similar to mine, but they all need very different products. Some of my favorite products are linked to my bio. But most people, I would say, benefit from having one product that's like either some sort of a moisture product and then some sort of a hold product. So to get, like, I'm kind of overcomplicating it a little bit because I've learned, sorry, the reason I overcomplicate it, guys, is because I'm in the learning process right now. And I used to think that curls were more one size fits all than they are. And I'm unlearning that. That's just the reality. So as I've learned that I didn't know as much as I thought I knew, I'm more reticent to recommend products to people because I don't want you to spend money thinking that because I told you that that product is right for you, that it automatically is, when I truthfully haven't seen or touched your hair. And so I can't make a custom product recommendation just for you without really knowing more, if that makes sense. However, that being said, a lot of people need something for like a moisture and then something for hold and longevity. That's not true for all people, but that is true for a lot of people. Okay, so we added a little bit of leave-in conditioner. So something for moisture look like a leave-in conditioner, like what I just added, that had a little bit of heat protectant and then a gel. Some people like a mousse and a gel. Some people might use a mousse that attracts moisture and a gel instead of like a leave-in conditioner or something like that. Some people don't use a gel. Some people use like a foam with hold instead. Okay, I made it complicated again. See? Sorry. Okay, But one of the best things you can do is just choose someone's routine on here. Like I use a different product combination all the time. So today I'm using the Anasti leave-in conditioner, and then I'm gonna use the Diva Curl Ultra Defining Gel. So choose a routine for someone whose hair looks similar to yours, although I use different product combinations all the time, and just try that and see if it works for you. So this is one combination. So I use Marc Anthony Curl Defining Lotion and Herbal Essences Mousse. Use still the lightest combo. Yes. Oh, actually, that's not true. I was gonna use the Frizz Ease Dream Curls Mousse today. So this is the combo that I'm gonna do today. A very light leave-in conditioner that contains heat protectant. The John Frieda Frizz Ease Mousse, and a little bit of this gel. So that's our combo for today. Now, because I said I was going to make my hair very wet today, I need to make my hair wet enough that it feels like I literally just stuck my head under a shower. I mean, ideally you would go to a stylist, a curly hair stylist, and have them help you make bespoke hair recommendations, or you would join like a Facebook group or something like that and educate yourself, like read their hair forums and educate yourself on products that are more for your hair type, and try to make an educated decision based on kind of the education that you've done. Absolutely. But like if you're looking for a fast track, then you can just choose someone who choose 2 products, and that's a good place to start, and based on what you learn from there. The other thing that you can do is Curls Monthly has a really great subscription box that just sends you travel sizes of different products for I think is it 22 American or 22, I think it's 22 American or $30 Canadian, and they send you 5 travel size products. So that's a great way to get to try a whole bunch of different products. Basically you get to try 5 products for the price of 1 full-size product. So that's a really great way to do it as well, without buying a whole bunch of products. No, you'd have to go to a stylist that is specializes in textured hair. Is this a refresh wash or a touch-up? So no, I washed my hair earlier today. I'm just re-wetting it. Okay, so I added my leave-in conditioner. Now I'm gonna go in with Frizz Ease Dream Curls. Okay, and because I just cut a lot of hair off, I'm gonna try not to add too much product today. I'm gonna add this much mousse to start with. And I'm raking that through my hair. In the shower, you use the bowl method and make the conditioner go on every strand. What's the difference between the Frizz Ease and the Mondo Wavetec? Oh, very different products. The one, first of all, this is a mousse, and the Mondo is a foam. This is going to be like a whipped cream consistency, and the foam by Mondo is like bubbles. So they're different product categories. This is also going to have a little bit more density and hold to it. The Wavetec and this is more drying. The other one is going to be more moisturizing a little bit and have less hold. They're very different products. I do really like the Wavetec foam product though, but I use it a little bit differently. I use it more when my hair is getting stringy. Okay, so I kind of added that all throughout, a lot less than I normally add. And now I'm gonna add a lot less than I normally add of this product. I'm adding, I would say, a nickel size amount of this. This is the Ultra Defining Gel by Diva Curl. Don't forget the back of your head and the front. Don't forget the ends. The ends often get neglected. And the underneath. Sorry, YouTube, you getting my belly there. Okay. Now, I'm gonna keep saturating it to make sure my hair is very, very wet. So once you add the gel in there, it's really gonna grab the moisture really nicely. Gel has kind of like moisture grabbing properties, so you can add a lot of water to your hair after you add gel, and it tends to not just like drip off your hair. So you do the same routine every day in the shower, but you get inconsistent results. Okay, so I'm gonna show you something called the rake and shake method. It is honestly one of those routines that, it's the reason I show this routine to my clients. It's not the fastest routine, but the reason I teach it to my clients is because it gives consistent results. Like, you're pretty much gonna know how your hair is gonna turn out. Okay. So you see how my hair is like very, very like nicely clumped, not stringy or anything like that. Okay. So you could just go straight into micro plopping from here, but I'm gonna show you now how to rake and shake. Yeah, it's the Ultra Defining Diva Curl. Yeah, so by drenching your hair, you're going to help control the wet frizz. Now, I don't know if I have enough product in my hair. We're gonna find out. It feels like I'm used to putting way more product in my hair than this. It feels like I don't have enough product in my hair, but I have half the hair that I used to have. So we're gonna see. We are going to see if this is enough product or not. And if it's not, well, I'll just have to restyle it tomorrow. I have medium density hair. I don't have fine hair. Okay? But fine hair needs to be wet too. It's not only medium density hair that you have to do this for. Hold on, this is my good clip. I usually wear a bathrobe for this so I don't get so wet. Okay, so now we're gonna go through and do the rake and shake method. I like to go through in horizontal sections. The other thing that's so important, a lot of people I hear struggle about making sure product is evenly distributed throughout their hair. Making sure your hair is super, super saturated really helps with that. I know there's a video going around right now of a hairstylist I really, really respect who says we shouldn't use a Denman brush. I like my Denman brush, personally. It helps smooth wet frizz. I don't know, it's an interesting philosophy. I'm gonna continue to learn more about the subject. I've had a lot of questions about it. I've been using a Denman brush for a long time. I haven't noticed it loosening my curl pattern. But I'm interested in his philosophy on that. So yeah, I'm interested in learning more about that. Yeah, I'm not saying he's wrong by any means. Like, he's a really educated curly hairstylist, knows a lot more about curls than I do. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to learn on that topic. For now, it works for me. It works for a lot of my clients. I'm gonna keep doing it. The reason I do it is, do you see that? It looks good, it doesn't look bad, but it's a little bit stringy, okay? Immediately, if I brush through here, Do you see the difference? It clumps all the hair together. This is gonna end up much frizzier than this is gonna end up. So that's why I do it. Now I'm gonna take my fingers through. That final result compared to that final result is gonna be dramatically different. That's why I do it. But anyways. Yeah. Anyway, so I haven't addressed anyone question me like who asked me about it in the comments because I think it's like more of like a conversation. It's a hard conversation to have in the comments. But it's definitely an interesting, yeah. It's an interesting conversation to have, and I'm always open to learning. I think if there's one thing we know, it's that best practices in the curly hair industry are ever evolving. And if you're not open to learning new things in the industry, in this industry, I think you're in the wrong one. So I'm certainly open to, as we learn better, we do better. So, okay. So this is called the rake and shake method. I use the denim brush to clump the hair and to smooth the wet frizz. And then I go through and I rake and shake. So for shorter hair, yeah, that's a great question. It's less of like the full rake and shake method. For really short hair, like hair that's like this length, you're really just kind of like raking your fingers through. Like you might not even need to rake and shake. You might just kind of take a brush and kind of brush through, or you might not need to brush through. You might just use your fingers. Like it's a little bit of a less involved technique. I permed my hair straight, but my waves are growing out. Always a good time to learn. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm brushing through to smooth the wet frizz and clump the hair, brushing through, and then doing that skipping rope motion to reactivate the curl pattern. How do I get my roots to curl or be less weighed down? The technique I'm doing right now really does help the curl pattern to start a little higher up towards, yeah, I'm just spraying water to keep everything nice and saturated. One second. I need a little bit more mobility here in my arms. There we go. One more up here. How do you get your, yeah, so the rake and shake method helps the curl pattern to just have a little bit more bend to it. If you're a looser curl pattern like mine that doesn't naturally start close to the root, especially as you get up to the top section, the rake and shake method will help you get more lift and like body and movement closer to the root section. And that's one of the big reasons that I like to do the rake and shake method, but so will scrunching your hair upside down, which I only do once after I'm done the rake and shake method. So I'm basically done the back of my head there, keeping everything nice and wet. Now I'm gonna work through this section here. And Marilyn is teaching me how to do this whole thing with one clip. I was really convinced it was easier to do this with like 3 alligator clips to keep everything separately. But honestly, it is easier to do. It is faster to do it with one clip. So when you're cutting wavy hair, you keep it soaked or dry preferably. I cut wavy and curly hair dry so that you can kind of see the natural curl pattern and you can see the sections that are wavier and curlier. I find even with wavy hair, typically you have some sections that are much, unless it's a very loose wave, in which case you can probably get away with just like a traditional straight wet haircut. But if you have some sections that are quite like ringlety, spirally, and some sections that are looser, you might benefit from a dry cut. Like for example, if you've always gotten wet haircuts and you 90% of the time wear your hair like wet, wavy styled, then have you ever noticed how when you wear your hair styled wavy, that it ends up looking uneven? Or you have some sections that end up looking longer? Or the sections that won't curl are driving you nuts because they look longer than the other sections? Because they won't curl? So having a dry cut can really help with that. Because those sections will get cut shorter. Now, if you then try to straighten your hair or flat iron your hair, it's going to look uneven because it's been cut according to your curl pattern. But if you wear your hair curly, all you have to do is put like a little, like what I typically say is you can still heat style your hair if you want to. You're going to want to put a couple of loose hot curls in them just to like shake it up a little bit to make it less obvious. Which products do you have in your hair right now? Well, I'm doing the rake and shake. So I put in the Anasti all-in-one leave-in conditioner, which has a little bit of heat protectant into it. And then I put in John Frieda Frizz Ease Mousse because it's one of the only mousses I have at home. And then I put in the Diva Curl Ultra Defining Gel. And I just got like quite a bit of length taken off my hair. So I have no idea if I put the right amount of product in my hair because like I'm not used to the amount of hair that I have on my head. Like it's dramatically less than I had 3 days ago. So I'm trying to make sure I don't add too much product, but I may have undershot the amount of product that I need. So again, my boss just did my hair, Marilyn, the owner of the salon where I work, and she got so much less frizz than I normally get. And it lasted, like honestly, I didn't even have to refresh my hair for like 3 days. It looked amazing. And I think the reason is she had my hair so much more wet while she was styling it than mine normally is. So I'm trying to keep it really, really wet, like even more so than it normally is when I style it, to see if that helps. And I'm just doing that skipping rope action to reactivate the curl. And we're working through pretty quickly, like, wow, this is going much faster with shorter hair. Do I have something? Oh, I have a Scrunchie brush. Have you guys seen one of these before? I can't see your comment, but I think it says, will you be drying your hair? You be drying your hair on live? Yes, for sure. Won't take as long though. Okay, let's try the Scrunchie brush. Yeah, like I think she would have it more wet than that. Like so wet. Okay, so is this method better than scrunching? So This method is going to give you more predictable results. So if you've ever said like, oh man, do you like my hair? Me too. It never turns out the same 2 days in a row. Doing this method, you're gonna have a much better prediction of how the final result is gonna turn out. Once you get pretty good at doing this, which is called the rake and shake method, you're pretty much gonna know how it's gonna turn out every time. I've been doing this method now for a few months, and before this I did a pretty similar method, just using a Denman brush, and it pretty much always turns out the same way. Like I work in a curly hair salon, so I need my hair to turn out, like I need to know how it's gonna turn out, and I'm never, like, I'm not surprised. Like it always turns out well, you know? So because of that, I am a big advocate for doing a styling step, is what I call it, like this. There is a time and a place for just scrunching your hair, which is obviously going to be much faster. And I do also scrunch my hair. Like there is going to be a step where we go through and scrunch my hair. And then around my face, I like to do a couple of little brush curls like this. Do you ever finger curl? I feel like I only get definition when I finger curl. Yes, I totally finger curl. I like to finger curl my bangs. All around here. So this is just water in here that I'm doing to get lots of, make sure everything is nice and saturated. I like to make sure around my face it is curling away from my face. That was annoying. How did it come from all the way back there? I think you just have to twist it all the way back. Yeah, this is the Scrunchie brush. I've had this brush for a long time. It looks very cool. That's why I bought it. Guys, I don't love it. I'll be honest with you. I know it looks very cool and it looks perfect for this. Some people love it. I don't love it. I prefer the Denman. I'm just playing around with it today, but maybe it's right for you. But yeah, personally, I prefer the Denman brush because you can't like unwind it. It's like too long. Okay, so I think I'm done this side of my head. Okay, and now we'll do this side. I'm just playing around with it because it's something different. But yeah, I think I like this one better. Go to the next section. So with this top section, I'm heading back to the rake and shake method, but I'm pulling the hair directly up to make sure that I get that nice bend right here at the root, okay? You really want to get that first bend at the root, and that's going to help a lot with volume and do that skipping rope action as you bring it down. I have a 7 row and I keep all the rows in my Denman brush. But also because I'm going in with the rake and shake afterwards, it doesn't really matter. It matters more if you're just using the Denman brush like that. Then it matters more how many rows you're keeping. Does that make sense? Because then it's like sectioning your hair for you, right? Okay, so curling away from my face, just like that, giving it a little shake, and one more little brush curl. Yeah, I like that the handle is a little bit shorter, so I can do that afterwards. Okay, so all done. I've got my cotton t-shirt, which I finally remembered for once in my life. I'm gonna take off the towel, and now I'm going to t-shirt plop. Now you want your hair to be very wet when you t-shirt plop, because it's a whole thing about hydrogen bonds. If your hair's not very wet, it's not gonna properly break the hydrogen bonds. Anyways, so I like to flip my hair like this. I like to give it one more spray with water since this is the first time. Oop, of course, when I go to do this, my spray bottle is finally empty. So that shows you how much water I used. I went through a whole spray bottle. Now, depending on your hair porosity, higher hair porosity is going to use more water in your spray bottle. Lower hair porosity, like if your hair is more on the lower side of porosity, you might need less, depending on how low. But I know it's counterintuitive to spray your hair with water right before you scrunch water out of it. But if you want to encourage your curl pattern, you want it to be very wet right before you scrunch it. And this is the first time that I'm scrunching my hair, okay? So we added our products on soaking wet hair. Then I went through and did my rake and shake method, which is what's gonna give me the most predictable outcome in nice, juicy curls that aren't stringy. And it's what makes me get like multiple days out of my hair and also not be surprised by the outcome. So I like to do it. I don't do it every single wash day, but I do it at least once a week when I know I have several busy days ahead of me where I don't wanna have to do a laborious refresh. Water will not dilute your products, especially if you're using gel, because gel has a lot of very like moisture grabbing properties to it. So you can see I've got like a few little drips here, but for the most part, my hair's not really dripping. Like there has been very little water coming off my hair despite having sprayed almost a full water thing of this on my hair. There's very little dripping coming off my hair, just like a little, tiny little drip right there coming off the front of my hair, because gel has that like moisture grabbing to it, okay? So now I'm gonna flip all my hair forward. And oh, the first thing I'm gonna do, okay, so now we are going to squeeze the hair, and now we're gonna get some water, some of the excess water out of it, okay? So now you are gonna see, this is gonna kind of defeat what I just said. So now we are gonna see some water come out of it. Are we gonna lose some product out of it? Don't worry about it. And that's all I'm gonna say. I didn't even put that much product in my hair in the first place today, so I'm really not worried about it. So we'll see. There might not be enough product in my hair today. I don't know. We're gonna find out. But try this routine. See the difference it makes in your hair. This is just the way you're gonna get the least amount of frizz in your hair. It just is. It's gonna give you the best outcome, the least amount of frizz. So will you lose maybe a little bit of product? Especially if you're using gel, not much. And it's just the way that you style waves and curls to get the least amount of frizz. So kind of it is what it is, right? Okay, so the first time I scrunch my hair, oh my God, even then, not much water coming out. That gel's working hard. The first time I use my hands, and you can see, not much water coming out, okay? Oh, I don't know if you could see, but, okay? And this time I'm really pushing that product into my hair. And do you see how I'm very like firmly scrunching? I'm not going, I'm just very firmly scrunching, okay? Now, the second time I'm gonna take a cotton t-shirt. And now I'm going to do the same thing one more time. But with my cotton t-shirt. Sometimes the front bits stay curly, but it's usually a few days later. Very wet encourages clumps too, right? My hair is very long. It's stringy. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so no excessive scrunching. I think we're pretty much done. So of course, from here you can air dry if you want, but air drying has the potential to make your hair a little bit frizzier. I prefer to diffuse because that's going to encourage my curl and give me more volume. Root clips are a great thing to use. I don't have any root clips today. So we are going to diffuse my hair. So I'll show you how to use a diffuser. So I flipped my hair upright. So the first thing I like to do is start, hold on, diffusing my bangs. And I like to start diffusing. Yes, I do touch my hair a lot throughout the day once it's dry. So I like to diffuse my bangs first before I start flipping my hair upside down, just to let them kind of settle in this curl formation. And then I'm going to diffuse my hair upside down to kind of cement this lift that we've created, okay? So this is called hover diffusing, and this is going to create the least amount of frizz. Hover diffusing kind of mimics a fast air dry. So if ever you try to diffuse your hair and you're like, I can't diffuse my hair, it just creates a huge amount of frizz whenever I do that, my hair hates being diffused, try incorporating hover diffusing before you do anything else in your diffusing routine, and allow your hair to start to set. And I'll teach you more about other diffusing techniques as well and how to create less frizz, but hover diffusing can be a really big game changer because it really is just a fast air dry. Okay, so I'm thinking my hair won't take too long to dry today because there's not a ton of product in my hair, not a ton of gel in my hair. So I'm really just hover diffusing this front section because these sections, these curls, because I have a cowlick here, like to get very wonky. So if you have any sections where your curl pattern likes very wonky, those are some sections that you can brush style and then hover diffuse before you start flipping your hair back and forth. You can see already like the curl pattern gets a little wild. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about it too much today. I can always mess around with it later if it's bugging me. I'm just not gonna worry about it. Okay, now I'm going to keep hover diffusing, but with my hair upside down. You can move the diffuser as much as you want, holding it 8 to 10 centimeters away from your hair, because we're creating almost very little frizz right now, because it's not disturbing the curl pattern, right? Now, Because of my new haircut, I want lots of volume. So I'm not gonna hover diffuse for very long today. I'm already going to switch to the mode that naturally heat cycles between, I don't know if you can tell, but it naturally goes from cold to medium to hot. This is the Leavein blow dryer. And then I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm gonna lower all of my hair into the diffuser. This is called pixie diffusing. I'm gonna now hold each position for about 20 to 30 seconds. Now, the thing with pixie diffusing is when people pixie diffuse, at the beginning, they have a tendency to hold the position for like 4 or 5 seconds, and then to move the diffuser to another spot. Hold the position for like 4 or 5 seconds, move the diffuser to another spot, and they move the diffuser almost constantly. And the thing about doing that is you're breaking up the curls a lot, and you're creating a lot of frizz. So if you like the results that you're getting when you do that, of course, keep doing it. But if you're unhappy, you feel like it's creating a lot of frizz or too much volume or anything like that, just try holding your diffuser in one spot for longer periods of time and see if that helps. So you'll see I am switching positions, but I'm holding positions for like 20 to 30 seconds before I rotate. Oh, I forgot about my coffee. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm turning my diffuser off before I change positions. I don't do this with my Dyson because the Dyson diffuser attachment is excellent. It's very, very low airflow. However, I do like to do this with other diffusers because again, it just creates a little bit less frizz. Does anyone else have ears that pop when they dry their hair? Oh my God, can you guys hear my dog snoring? Can you see her? She's like such a little cutie pie. So if you're air drying your hair is very, very fragile when it's wet. You've been doing this part wrong. It's so funny, you can do everything right and then you get to the very end and like everything can fall apart. You can already see like the definition coming together, right? I just go on my Dyson, I go on the lowest heat setting because there's no cool mode on the Dyson. Maybe there is on the new Dyson, I don't know, but I just put it on the lowest heat setting. There's only a cool shot on my Dyson. Sorry, I have like, the way I have my phone set up, I can't see all the chats coming through. Yeah, I think everybody diffuses their hair wrong at first. I know I did. not bad. The first time I diffused my hair, it was very 80s, which is actually kind of back in style though, so. Do you need a fancy diffuser for this to work? No, like you can use any diffuser. It will be faster with a better quality diffuser. Maybe a little bit better for your hair. But I used a Conair diffuser for the first like 3 years. So you can absolutely use an inexpensive diffuser. Absolutely. If your hair takes less than 20 minutes to diffuse, or even less than 30 minutes to diffuse with your $25, $30 diffuser or $40 diffuser, you know, then you're golden. My hair was taking like over an hour with a Conair diffuser, so it made sense for me to upgrade. And now I can diffuse my hair with this. With lots of gel and heavier products in my hair, it might take 40 minutes. Today, I think it's probably only going to take like 20 minutes. Yeah, my first diffuser, blow dryer diffuser, was $2 at a Tshirt garage sale, and it did the trick. Like, you can definitely, if you're on a budget, you can 100% get affordable options and still get great outcomes. I would look on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, so the one thing I do want to be mindful of, if I have them, do I have, ooh, I don't have one. Let me, 1 second, let me go get a bobby pin. Okay, so I don't have my root clips today. Usually I would use root clips for this, but I can already tell that I think my bangs are being a little... My bangs are being a little wild, so... Oh, actually, are they fine? Maybe they're fine. So, I just pin curled one bang like this for the rest of the drying process. My bangs always, you guys know my bangs, I'm very particular about my bangs. I don't like when they're not perfect spirals. You see like this? Which is kind of an unrealistic expectation of hair. It's like, what? You don't look like a curling iron made you? How dare you? But alas, I'm only that way about these two pieces. So, we're gonna put them in curl timeout and see if I like them better. And then I'm going to keep diffusing the rest of my hair unless there's anything else that needs to be put in a curl time out. I don't think so. Okay. Yeah. And what you can do too is give it a little spray of water. And then I just keep diffusing my hair. that quite often. I do with clients sometimes too when they come in, if they have like 1 or 2 little curls that are just being a bit delinquent, I'll do it when I get to like 75% dry on their hair. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, so my hair is a lot more dry now. My hair feels crunchy. Oh my God, let's talk about crunchy hair. I'm so glad you asked that question. So, when your hair is crunchy, what is that? That's called a cast. Why would some products make your hair crunchy? Why would a company make a product that's gonna make your hair crunchy? Actually, it's science. And there's a reason for that. It's intentionally making your hair crunchy. It's not bad. You're just not done styling your hair yet. So, let's talk about why the product makes your hair crunchy. It's called a gel cast, and the whole reason behind it is that your hair is very fragile and prone to getting frizzy during the drying process, okay? It gets frizzy every time you touch your hair while it's wet. Every time the wind touches it too much, it gets a little bit more frizzy. As a result, wouldn't it be genius if we could like put a little protection shell around the hair before it's dry, but like while it's drying? Wouldn't that be genius? And we could like call it a gel cast, but like get rid of it once the hair is dry. Hence the gel cast. So that is what a gel cast is. Before your hair is 100% dry, you get this like stiffness around your curls. But once your hair is 100% dry, all you need to do is scrunch your hair until that crunchiness goes away, and all of the softness and volume will return to your hair, and all that crunchiness will go away, but you're still gonna have the hold and the frizz control that came from using that product that provided the gel cast. So that is the saga of the gel cast. All you have to do is scrunch it out. If you're struggling to get rid of it with just your hands, you can use a little bit of a hair oil or a shine serum, but a lot of people can just scrunch it away with their hands. Your hair has to be dry though, and like very, very dry. And if you start scrunching it out and your hair is still damp, you can even like finish diffusing your hair. So like scrunch it, diffuse it. Diffusing your hair can help break the rest of the cast. But the gel cast specifically exists to help control frizz. Are the curls ready to come out of time out? That is my question. Got a couple little pin curls in time out here. Okay, I really hate my like phone setup today. Sorry, that's why I keep like, is this better? Oh, that is so much better. Oh, I should have done that a while ago. Oh my God. So much better. Okay. Look how cute the shape is. I haven't even shaken it out yet. Oh my God, I'm going away to an all-inclusive so soon. I'm very excited. So if you want some like content about traveling and how I'm packing for my hair and vacation content and stuff like that, let me know. What I'm bringing with me, all that fun stuff. Okay, so first pin curl is coming out. It's hard to do pin curls without looking in a mirror, only looking in a camera. Oh, that actually turned out okay. That's fine. I'm not upset. What about this one? Oh yeah, that one turned out good too. Okay, so the thing with this hair is I don't really like this. I want it to be big. Oh, it's still a little wet back here. Yes to vacation content? Okay. So now that my hair is like 99% dry, by the way, you can be a little bit less fragile with it. Okay. Did I even get it? I think that was it. Okay, so Marilyn got less frizz because she's magical. She has magical fingers. She for sure had less frizz. I don't know how she does that. Oh my God, I'm gonna post the transformation she did. It was incredible. But the diffuser is called the Leavein. I have a link in my bio. Okay, but I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna shake it out, and I also am gonna use the Going Up Volume Texture Spray, so we're gonna see how big we can get this. Ah! Oh my God, I love the shape she gave me. Okay, I have to style my hair all the time now for work, and I just wanted it to be lower maintenance. Okay, so just doing a little bit of volume, a little bit of scrunching. So this is just out any texture spray, just kind of shaking it up. You can see we naturally get a little bit more volume, but that won't really stay, right? So now I'm gonna use my texture spray. No, the blow dryer is the Leavein, it's not the Dyson. I use the, hi Christina, I use the Dyson in the salon, but at home I use a Leavein. I also have a Bellissima. I've had a few blow dryers gifted to me, so I have more than one. I also really like the Bellissima. I do really like the heat cycling mode that the Leavein has. So that's one of the reasons I use it a lot. Okay, so this is the Going Up Texture Spray by Wavetec, which is a great texture spray. So I'm gonna put it right through there. Okay, and it's such a recognizable smell. You spray it right at your roots, okay? Okay, so a texture spray is literally gonna add grit to your hair. It's gonna add texture. So then what I'm gonna do is once that has dried for a couple of moments, I might even I'll see if I need more. I'm gonna go in and create some controlled frizz, not here, but underneath the top layer of my hair to build some volume, okay? So, it's called the Weedad Going Up Texture Spray. You can order it online from Curlology, the salon that I work at. You can take a screenshot. I just bought this with my own money, actually, from the salon. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so once that has started to dry for a couple of minutes, you're gonna put your fingers in at the roots and you're literally gonna like rub your scalp and zhuzh to create that volume at the root, and then you're gonna pull your fingers out. The Leavein link is at the link in my bio, so you can just find it there. There's a discount code too. It's an affiliate link. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in like this, I'm gonna bend over, and I'm literally going to put my fingers in here. It's still a little damp. I like to let it dry a little bit before I start zhuzhing. Okay. And you want to have enough product in there that you can feel it, okay? And it'll feel kind of rough. Like it won't feel silky in there anymore if you naturally have silky hair. And you want to be literally creating a little bit of frizz in there under the top layer of hair. And I'm going to go under and do the other side. I have not tried their frizz line, no. Okay. Okay, so then I did a little bit of the back too. Make sure we do a crown. So we're really trying to emphasize, she gave me a Kato cut, so we're really trying to emphasize the roundness of the shape that she gave me, okay? How do you sleep with it? With my hair, I sleep with my hair in a silk scarf at night or a satin scarf. Okay, and we're really just zhuzhing it up. Okay, so now let's see what we're dealing with. And you can just see how much volume that builds. Like, it is a really effective product. I've tried you guys know, I've tried quite a few different ones, but the key is you want to create that volume. And then you want to pull your fingers in this way and not out that way. So, a little bit of constructive frizz all through there. And now I'm going to go in and break up a couple of these curl clumps. So, for a little bit of this, I'm going to take a little bit of my Featherlight Touch-Up Gel Cream, which is also a Weedad product actually. And I'm just going to go in with a couple of these. Like right here. I'm just going to add a little bit more definition right there. And right there. And I love it. So this is a new haircut, so I'm styling it a little bit like differently than I've styled it in the past. When Marilyn styled it, honestly, it lasted 3 days without needing to refresh it. I don't think I'm gonna get 3 days out of this style because I don't think I used quite enough product to get, and I didn't use the same products that she did. Like this mousse that I used is not a great quality of mousse, so I don't think I'm gonna get a ton of longevity out of it. If I had used the products that she used, I think I could get 2 days, like it depends. Okay, it also depends. Like I work in a salon, so I always want my hair to look pretty much like day 1, day 2 hair. So because of that, like if I'm just at home and I'm not worrying about it looking like salon quality hair, oh my God. Like I'll get like 3 days out of the hair, then day 4 I'll do like maybe cute French braids or like cute like space buns. Like I might not refresh my hair, or if I do, I'll like spray my hair all over with the Curl Keeper curl refresh spray with hold, and then just diffuse again, which is like a quick, you know, under 10-minute refresh. And I'll do that on like day 3 or 4, day 3 maybe, and that will be the only refresh I do. So like this is my routine, and then that pretty much gets me through till like my next wash day. But I think I would have liked to maybe use a little bit more product, and I'd like to replace this mousse with the Weedad curl, what's it called? A Vital Curl mousse. That's gonna be, you know, in a couple of paychecks, gonna be the next mousse that I buy. And I also want the I Create Definition by InnerSense and the I Create Lift by InnerSense. Those are 2 foams that I want to add to my arsenal that I think are really good fits for my hair. So as I like, you know, slowly kind of upgrade some of the products that I have in my arsenal, that's kind of some of the products that I'm moving towards. And especially with this hairstyle, I want lots of body, lots of volume, and I'm just going for size. And you can see one of the things that I asked Marilyn to do, because you guys know I've been really fighting with this top layer of my hair that is much wavier and less curly than underneath, where it's naturally like a lot more spirally. So I told her, I'm like, I want the top layer to be short. Like, I don't want to be fighting with it, like holding its curl. I want it to be short so that when it's almost straight, I don't care because it's short. You can still see the curls underneath. And so that's what she did, and that's why we decided to go with a much more rounded shape, and I find it just much easier to work with, and I'm loving it. How often do you wash your hair? I would say every like 4 days, every 4 to 5 days. But yeah, so the going up texture spray that I use, by the way guys, once you've added this to your hair, it's in your hair. So then anytime you want like an increase in volume, you just turn your head upside down, zhuzh it, and it's already in your hair. You don't need to keep like re-adding it. You'll feel that grit. You'll be able to create that like, that controlled frizz, and you'll get that like oomph and volume again. So I really like this product. I think this is probably a best seller at the salon. Anyways, thank you for joining. Frizz, no, I don't think I have a video on the products I specifically used today, but I will post this as a replay on Instagram, and I'll just like quickly list the products that I used. But I can tell you what they are right now. I just used the Anasti all-in-one leave-in. You can take a screenshot, and it has some built-in heat protectant. Okay. Anasti. Okay. And then if someone wants to type it in the comments too, that's helpful for some people. So Anasti all-in-one leave-in. It is their Pamper My Curls all-in-one leave-in. And then I used the John Frieda Frizz Ease. Guys, this is just a drugstore mousse. I'm not necessarily like saying this is the best mousse I've ever used or anything like that. This is just like the mousse that I had on hand. And I wanted to use a mousse today. What I was saying is like the mousse I'd like to move towards that Marilyn used on my hair the other day is the Weedad Vital Curl mousse, which I really, really like. And then I used the Diva Curl Ultralight Defining Gel. I maybe would have used a little bit more product in my hair to get a little bit more longevity out of it. I feel like there's not a ton of product in my hair today, but I like it. I think it still looks good. Ultra Diva Curl Ultra Defining Gel. And then we use the We Dyed Going Up Volumizing Texture Spray. And those are pretty much the products we use today. And then just to control a little bit of the frizz, because I zhuzhed a little bit too high and kind of lost a little bit of the definition on top there. You could use like a Featherlight touch-up gel cream by We Dyed, or like a smoothing cream, something like that, just to like piece a couple of pieces, control a little bit of the frizz on the top layer there if you wanted to. It doesn't bother me with this haircut. Like, I think that's one of the things I like about this haircut, is like a little bit of frizz with this haircut kind of works with it, because you want as much volume as possible. It's that roundness, that shape, it works really well with it. Yeah, Diva Cut did have a lawsuit. I mean, a lot of curly hair brands did, but they are perfectly safe to use. We sell them in the salon. I've been using them for a very long time. They're a great brand. Yay! Yes, I did mousse first and then gel. But it depends on what you're using the mousse for, and it depends on the mousse you're using. I maybe should have done mousse second. That's a good point. I didn't really think about it too much. Okay guys, thanks so much for joining. I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. If you're in the Ottawa area and you want to book with me, I work in a curly hair salon. I'm a hairstylist and I do curl coaching in person. Is there a specific product you like for humidity? If you use silicones, Amika has a really great spray, a humidity called the Shield, a humidity spray called the Shield that you can use. If you don't use silicones, We Dyed has a great line of gels called the Climate Control Heat and Humidity Climate Control line. They have a strong hold one and just a regular one, which is more of like a medium hold gel. I think those are like two good options. But the other thing is, if you're in a high humidity climate, your hair needs to be so wet when you are applying your products. That's like the biggest tip, because if your hair is not properly hydrated when you are applying your products, it will later get hydrated from the environment in the form of frizz. So make sure that that hair is saturated when you are styling it, when you're applying your products, so that it already has enough moisture and grabs enough moisture into those products so that it's already full. That's like the best tip. No, I did spray first. I did the leave-in conditioner first, and then I did mousse, then gel, and I didn't do any oil today. I just scrunched it out with my, well, I mean, I didn't even really get much of a cast today because we didn't use a lot of product. I don't think I really got any cast today, actually, but I think it looks pretty good. I don't think the John Frieda one usually gives me much of a cast, unless I use a lot of it. Oh, this spray. You're probably talking about this spray. Yeah. Yeah, and then this one isn't an oil, it's a gel cream. It literally looks like I have freckles from my bad skin right now. Oh well. Okay guys, have a great day, and I will see you next Tuesday at 11 a.m. And yeah, bye.